All right.
Hello everyone, welcome to Ellie the Story Reader. Today is my first time I'm going to be reading a story to you. So, let's go. Now this is a map of Israel. This is Judea.
That whole area under the line.
Yeah, the whole area. This is the Jordan River.
Mm-hmm.
And this is I think this is Jerusalem.
The big pink dot.
And this is Bethany,
Who lives in Bethany?
Mary and Martha.
Yeah.
And this is where Jesus was when Martha met him.
Or not when she met him, but when he got the message about Lazarus being sick. Yeah.
Let's go. Now a man named Lazarus was sick. He was from Bethany, the village of Mary and her sister Martha. This Mary, whose brother Lazarus now lay sick, was the same one who poured perfume on the Lord and wiped his feet with her hair. So the sister sent word to Jesus, Lord, the one you love is sick. When he heard this, Jesus said Jesus said, this sickness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory, so that God's Son may be glorified through it. Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. Yet when he had heard that Lazarus was sick, he stayed where he was 2 more days. Then he said to his disciples, let us go back to Judea. Oh, I don't need to read this. It's just to tell me that, to show everybody the map. It says map, and this is the map.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I already showed you that.
It's true.
It's a little bit chilly out here.
A little chilly.
The pond's pretty. It's like, I feel like it's like glowing, like when the sun hits it.
Yeah, should I get...
It's kind of pretty.
It is kind of pretty. We just took the fishies out of it and put them in the garage for the winter.
Yeah, there are no fishes, and we don't need the fountain on anymore.
That's right.
Otherwise, if we had the fountain on, it would actually be a little bit cool, but it would be...
So this wild vine has kind of overgrown and you can't see the waterfall very well, but you can still hear it. Okay, let's move along the story.
Yeah, it's like really pretty over there, but let's move on.
Okay.
After he had said this, he went on to tell them, our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I am going there to wake him up. This is the picture.
Well, not yet. He's not doing that yet. What's he doing right now? But I'm going there to wake him up. Oh, wink, wink. Oopsies.
I'm just going to start over, sorry.
No problem.
He went on to tell our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I'm going there to wake him up. His disciples replied, Lord, if he sleeps, he'll get better. Jesus has been
And then Jesus went,
Jesus
"Don't."
had been speaking of his death, but his disciples thought he meant natural sleep. So then he told them plainly, Lazarus is dead. And for your sake, I am glad I was not there, so that you may believe. But let us go to him. This is just, I don't need to read this again because it's telling us to do this. And you can tell this is Jesus because I wrote his name.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
On his arrival, Jesus found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. Bethany was less than 2 miles from Jerusalem, and many Jews had come to Martha and Mary to comfort them in the loss of their brother. I thought I heard a bird back behind me. Oh, this is my jack-o'-lantern.
It's missing its 2 front teeth.
There's ice in it. Feel it. There's ice.
Oh my goodness.
That's water inside ice. It is. It's probably gonna melt. Okay.
Maybe when the sun hits it.
I'm gonna start from here.
I think you finished that part.
Okay. Oh yeah, I did. When the Jews who had been with Martha in the house, comforting her, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wrong. You didn't finish it. You skipped a page. That's why. There we go. When Martha.
Sorry.
That's okay.
When Martha had
Heard, I think, is the word.
heard Jesus was coming, she went out to meet him. About Mary.
Do you need help?
Yeah.
When Martha heard
That Lazarus.
that
Jesus was coming, she went out to... No, I already did this.
Yes, I'm helping you to meet him.
To meet him. But Martha...
Who's
I already did
this?
this page. But Mary stayed at home. Lord, Martha said to Jesus, if you had been here, my brother wouldn't have died. Oh yeah, I did.
Use your fingers so you don't get lost.
If you to meet, but Mary stayed at home. Lord, Martha said to Jesus, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But I know that, the K silent, but I know that even now, God will give you whatever you ask. Jesus said to her, your brother will rise again. Martha answered, I know he will rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will never die, will live even though he dies. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this? Yes, Lord, she told him. I believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, who was to come into the world. And after she had said this, she went back and called her sister Mary.
You got this, kiddo.
I'm just gonna warm it up and then
Why don't you finish this page and then we'll move inside to finish? How would that be?
Yeah.
Yeah, or at least into the sun.
Yeah, because I just discovered that last night it snowed, and then because I found some snow on the trampoline.
Yes, it's true. I need a little help. Okay. I think you said, okay, so after she had said this, she went back and called her sister Mary aside.
The teacher is here, she said, and is asking for you. When Mary had heard this, she went up quickly and went to him. Now, it's really deep. Then Mary heard. Now Jesus had not yet entered the village, but was still at the place where Martha had met him.
Right. On the next page, should we pause it and move to the sun or move to a different spot inside so your
Sun.
fingers don't get cold?
Sun.
Sun? Okay. Here.
But
Do you want me to help you down?
no. But as you know, you see some pumpkins over there and over here. We have lots of pumpkins.
It's true. Okay. In the sun, it'll be nice and warm.
Am I able to sit down?
Sure.
As you see, there is this picture.
Yes. You can show us when it gets to that part, okay? Oh, it's much nicer in the sun.
Yeah, it feels like a lot warmer.
Yeah.
And now I can just. Okay.
Let's move it along, okay?
When the Jews who had been with Martha and
Oh, that didn't say Martha.
Mary in the house, comforting her, noticed how quickly she got up and went out. They followed her, supposing she was going to the tomb to mourn there. When Mary reached the place where Jesus was and saw him, she fell at his feet and said, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. When Jesus
Oh, try again.
When Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who had come along with her also weeping, was deeply moved in spirit. Hair in my mouth.
Can you sit down with a little better? Like mermaid style? There you go.
In spirit. And I need help with this word.
Deeply moved in spirit and
Troubled.
There you go.
Where have you laid him? He asked. Come and see, Lord. They wrapped they replied. Jesus wept. Remember that story where I did Jesus wept.
The very sad story.
Yeah. My mom actually did not know that I was gonna do this first. I just said, "Can I record a verse?" And she was like, "Yeah, what verse?" And I was like, "You'll see." And then we got a video, and I was like, "Jesus wept."
You told me you wanted to record a sad story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's finish up here.
Okay, where was I? I was here.
You were at Jesus wept. Ellie. Elia, sit mermaid style, okay?
Lord.
Down one more line. There you go.
Replied. Jesus wept. Then Jesus went.
Nope.
Then Jesus
No.
said. Then the Jews said, "See how he loved him." But some of them said, "Could not he who opened the eyes of the blind man could have kept this man from dying?" Jesus called answered. Does it say answered? Sorry.
Nope. That's the word once.
Once more deeply moved, came to the tomb. It was a cave with a stone laid across the entrance.
Can we see the picture?
I drew it.
Let's see. Tell me about it.
This is Martha. This is Jesus. This is Mary at the tomb, and they're sad.
I see that. Okay.
But let's move on.
All right.
The page.
Nope.
Take away the stone, he said. But Lord, said Martha, the sister of the dead man by his by this time there is a bad odor, for he has been there 4 days. This time it doesn't have 4. 4 days. Then Jesus said, Did I not tell you that if you believed, you would see the glory of God? So they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up and said, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I know that you always hear me, but I said this for the benefit of the people standing here, that they may believe that you sent me. When he had said this, Jesus called in a loud voice, Lazarus, come out. The dead man came out, his hands and feet wrapped with strips of linen and a cloth around his face. Jesus said to them, take off the grave clothes and let him go. Therefore, many of the Jews who had come to visit Martha, Mary, and had seen what Jesus did put their faith in him. That's
All
the
right.
end.
And where's that from? Do you remember? We wrote it at the top. Nope.
John 11, Exodus.
John 11.
John 11.
Yeah. Comes
And I think
some excerpts from John 11 between verses 1 and 45. So, all right.
That's the end of our video. Bye.
Thanks for reading.